In today's world, parents are faced with the important decision to vaccinate their children when they are born. This is a crucial decision as vaccines are the foundation to living a healthy and disease-free life. Parents often talk about how much fun it was to go trick-or-treating with their son or daughter and their friends, or how much their son or daughter enjoys running around playing with other kids. The harsh reality is, if parents don't start trusting in vaccines more, fun activities like these will be no more due to the spread of illness and disease. The controversy over the safety of vaccines started a few years ago with Dr. Andrew Wakefield's false connection between vaccines and autism. When evaluating Dr. Wakefield's study, it was discovered that many of his methods were unethical. He used children at a birthday party as test subjects, 5 of which had already shown signs of slow development prior to the MMR vaccine. These flawed methods and false connections made it easy for other researchers to disprove Dr. Wakefield's study, leading to the retraction of his article and the loss of his medical license. Even after his study was disproven, many people hung on to the false belief that vaccines could be harmful for their children.
Is the worst of it over yet?
I don't know if the worst of it is over because we still have cases coming in.
Beyond Washington, measles has surfaced in at least 8 other states this year, including New York, with more than 200 cases reported. The virus is highly contagious, spreads through coughing and sneezing, and can linger in a room for up to 2 hours. Health officials say Clark County has one of the lowest vaccination rates in the state. Nearly a quarter of all public school students there are not fully vaccinated.
We don't have to be going through this. We have an incredibly safe, cheap, and effective vaccine. 2 doses of vaccine are 97% effective.
Yet the most common side effect of the measles, mumps, and rubella vaccine, a harmless low-grade fever, occurs in just 1 out of every 6 recipients. Less than 1 in 20 get a minor rash, and super serious reactions are super rare. Less than 1 out of every million recipients suffers a major allergic reaction. In fact, during your lifetime, you're about 3 times more likely to be killed by an errant firework, and 80 times more likely to be struck by lightning, than to have a severe reaction to the MMR vaccine. So, when the Center for Disease Control, World Health Organization, or your doctor calls a vaccine safe, they aren't saying it'll never trigger any bad reactions, they simply mean that its risks are overwhelmingly outweighed by its benefits.
As creatures of habit, many people don't think about the large everyday risks they take, such as driving to work or using the elevator. Because we do these activities every day, we tend not to be bothered by them. This causes people to freak out about the small risk we take, such as experiencing harmless side effects when receiving a vaccine.
For our anti-vaccine interviewee, we interviewed my close friend Adam Lenhoff, a senior at Indiana Valley High School in Newcomerstown, Ohio. We chose Adam because he comes from an Amish family background. The Amish are notorious for no electricity, no modern technology, and lots of natural remedies for living their lives. We wanted to get answers on why religious/societal groups like the Amish do not choose to vaccinate.
Well, I know that a lot of people in the Amish community, there's nothing, they're so ingrained in their ways that they're not going to change. There's nothing that as far as I know, it'd take a lot to convince them that it's worth it because they're so stuck in their ways. So I know a lot of, I have a big book of Amish remedies in the house that have all kinds of stuff, but a lot of them just want to stick to natural things. I guess they just don't trust modern medicine is the biggest thing. But I think the biggest thing is just the lack of trust in it, the lack of, they've had a lot of success with a lot of these remedies, but some of it, you need a doctor for, in my opinion. But I know a lot of the Amish around here, they don't trust it. Like you said, there's not good access to it anyway. They haven't been really thrusted in seeing what it's really about. So.
No fever. Bland's normal. Missing her vaccination dates.
We're not vaccinating. Gribbit.
Think they don't work?
I think some multinational pharmaceutical company wants me to think they work. Pad their bottom line.
May I? Sure. Gribbit. You know another really good business? Teeny tiny baby coffins. You can get them in frog green, fire engine red. Really. The antibodies in Yummy Mummy only protect the kid for 6 months, which is why these companies think they can gouge you. They think that you'll spend whatever they ask to keep your kid alive. Want to change things? Prove them wrong. A few hundred parents like you decide they'd rather let their kid die than cough up $40 for a vaccination. Believe me, prices will drop really fast. Gribbit.
Tell me what she has.
A cold.
My cousin, Laura Myers, has been a mother for almost 7 years. Like all other parents, she has been faced with the decision of vaccinating her 3 children. She has experienced multiple hours spent consulting with healthcare professionals, whether it be for a yearly checkup, an asthma issue, or a parasite contracted from a different country. We interviewed Laura because she has had this personal experience and some of which she was willing to share with us.
I think the reason we have vaccines is to prevent people from dying and people from getting really sick. And if there's an option out there that can protect my child from getting a serious illness, then I'm going to take it. And I guess it's just hard because there is compelling evidence on both sides. So I can see the argument for some of the reasons why people choose not to. However, I think that there's modern medicine for a reason. And it just makes sense to protect my child as much as I can to make sure that they grow up to be healthy.
Many anti-vax parents fear that their children are susceptible to major side effects such as autism. But in reality, parents are more comfortable with minor side effects knowing that their children are protected and safe.
It's been mostly a positive experience other than the minor discomfort or the minor bruise or swelling that they received the vaccine. We haven't noticed any negative effects. Yeah, it's been mostly a positive experience for us. It does worry me when people choose not to get vaccinated, but at the same time, if my children are, then I know that their chances of catching what's going around is. So that makes me confident. But however, for people that choose not to, it affects more than just their children. It affects other children with compromised immune systems, can't receive the vaccine for certain reasons. So it is worrisome that some of these diseases that were almost eradicated are going to come back and spread because people are choosing to believe things on their own that aren't necessarily true. Conclusion on the evidence for vaccinations because, there's several people who maybe don't have different degrees of education or who don't realize that some of the research done against vaccinations are not credible or are not true, good, and can type anything on Google and pop up, but I think what a lot of people rely on is like the professionals, so like the American Pediatric Association or like organizations like that. If there was a universal blanketed statement that all of the pediatricians or all the doctors could say that they agree that vaccines are good and that people should have them.
Yeah.
Different doctors having different opinions and not having one overarching kind of about it.
I have no idea because, like, I guess, it does start to affect other people then. It's not just them. I guess that if you could somehow convince them that it affects other people beyond just them and their community, maybe they'd come around. I don't know.